been looking forward to this all week, to meeting a man who I admire enormously, a man who has more guts than I do and ever will have. And his name is Travis Mills. Travis Mills, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on tonight, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, it's a great honor. And you have a magnificent book out. It's called Tough as They Come. I want you can do it better than I, Travis Mills. I want you to tell the audience, there's millions of people listening, a little bit about your story and why you wrote this book.
Well, absolutely. Well, I'll start from the beginning. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, and I had 2 deployments previously to this one. And in April of 2012, on my 3rd deployment, I was walking on patrol, came to a short halt. We went to set security in. I had one of my privates come up with a minesweeper, swept the area up and down a bank, and he swept down and back. Nothing alarmed us, nothing pinged, nothing set off any sensors. And I told him, okay, good job. I told the gun team to come on up, and as I had them come up, I took my backpack off. And my backpack is about 110 pounds. And as the bag slipped off my shoulder and went and hit the ground, I went from a 6'3", 250-pound, staff sergeant in the 82nd Airborne Division to a IED explosion. And when the IED went off, it threw me to the ground. The left side of my face hit the ground. I rolled over and looked at myself, and my right arm at my mid-bicep was gone. My right leg at my knee was gone, disintegrated, both arm and leg never found. My left leg had a couple pieces of tendon and muscle holding it on, but snapped through the bone, hanging down. And my left arm had a couple pieces of my wrist blown out, and my ring and pinky finger gone. So after I rolled over and saw that, I radioed my LT with my left hand to my trucker mic and said, "LT, I just hit a bomb. We need your medic over here with mine." And my medic came rushing up. I told Doc Bateson, I said, "Doc, just go ahead and save my guys. I know they were hit too. Get away from me." I didn't think I was going to make it. I wasn't suicidal. I had a wife and a 6-month-old back at home. But I just accepted that, guys don't recover from this kind of thing. I've seen guys go for a lot less. He told me to let me do my job, and I tried fighting him off, and then the 2 guys I knew got hurt, yelled back they were going to make it. They had chunks out of their body and their face, but they were coherent, and they were able to have buddy aid from people that weren't the medics. So my platoon sergeant medic put tourniquets on immediately, and my other medic came running up, and then after they stabilized me, they got me loaded on a helicopter. From the helicopter, I went to the ambulance, to the gurney ride, to the operating table. On the operating table, I told them, "Leave me alone, quit touching me, I'm fine, let me go." I got back to my guys, everything I could think of to try to get up. And they said, "I don't know how you're still awake, Sergeant Mills, you need to go to sleep." And they knocked me out. And when they knocked me out, I finally realized that I might not wake up, so I said, "My little girl, am I ever going to see her again?" And I was just kind of telling them I just wanted to hold my little daughter. And they knocked me out. They pulled my pants off, and as they pulled my pants off, my left leg actually came with it. So I became a triple amputee. On April 12th, they cut my left hand off in Bagram, Afghanistan, because the skin around my wrist was necrotizing, and I became the 4th quadruple amputee from the wars of Afghanistan and Iraq. And then on April 14th, in Landstuhl, Germany, I woke up for the very first time. And when my brother-in-law was in the room with me, because he was my medic on my first deployment, so I met his little sister. And I said, "My soldiers are my soldiers." And he told me that they were fine. And I said, "Am I paralyzed?" And he said, "No." I said, "No, Josh, I can take it. Am I paralyzed?" And he said, "No, you're not paralyzed." And I said, "I can't feel my fingers and toes." And he said, "You don't have them anymore." And that happened to be also my 25th birthday. I was born April 14th. So I woke up to find out that I was now a quadruple amputee.
This is a lot for the audience and people to digest. I mean, you're quite a remarkable human being. First of all, to live through that. Secondly, I can hear your spirit. I was reading your book. I can feel your spirit in there. What is it that drives you? Because you're such a remarkable human being.
Well, thank you for that. I do appreciate it. There's a few things that factor into my overall, way I live life. The first thing, I woke up and I was just so embarrassed and upset with myself, letting that Taliban get me, and think I let my country and my soldiers and my men and my wife and everybody down, my family. And then I made it to the hospital on the 17th of April, and I told my wife, well, first time she saw me, she actually had to sign a paper to cut 2 inches off my right leg, so I didn't see her till the 18th of April. And I told her, take everything we have, take our house in North Carolina, take the cars, take our money, everything we have, it's yours. I'll keep supplying you with all the funds that you and Chloe need, but you don't have to live like this. This isn't what you signed up for. And she said, that's not how this works, Travis. I'm going to be with you. And I thought my little girl was going to think I'm some kind of scary monster. I was really nervous about her not wanting me to be her dad anymore because I had no arms and legs, and I had tubes out of my neck and my face and my arms, and she was just giggling and laughing and squeezing my nose. And once I realized that they weren't going anywhere, then I just put my nose to the grindstone and said, it's got to get done, and I got to be the one to do it because my family's staying with me, and I can't be a hindrance. I need to be, the staple, husband and father in their lives. So at Walter Reed, they have the best technology and the best prosthetics and the best doctors. I can go on and on about the best things they have, but I woke up and finally just said, I hate people feeding me. I don't enjoy having someone put food in my mouth or have to help me with other things. And I got my arm at 5 weeks. I had to go through a ketamine coma, which is this crazy case study that they did. I was the second person in the nation, number 30 in the world to ever have it. And it reset my pain tolerance, my nerve endings, because I kept having to put more and more dosage of painkillers, and they thought I was going to OD. And they tried this new study. It was crazy, but once I got out of the fog of hallucinations, I was playing with Ovechkin from the Washington Capitals. I was with Genghis Khan fighting barbarian hordes, and whatever was on TV, I was actually just living in that moment. Yeah. But once I got out of that, I started my physical therapy and occupational therapy, and I got my arm at 5 weeks. I took my first steps at 7 weeks and 4 days. And I was very fortunate to know that, or to find out no skin grafts, no internal injuries. Really just what you saw is what you got. So they just flapped my skin over, I healed up, and I was able to recover.
You speak of this so routinely, and I know how hard this must be to even discuss this, but again, are you a man of faith? Your family's driving you? Are you a man of faith?
I am, yes, sir. And I can be honest, in the book, you'll read it was shaken. There was about 2 weeks there. I didn't understand why, and I didn't know how I was going to get through this, or was I a bad person? Was this punishment for something I did? And, at the end of the day, I'm just fortunate to be spared. And God decided it wasn't my time to go, and it took me about 2 weeks to realize that, from the anger and the questioning and the not understanding fully what's going on. But through the Convergence series, it has an undertone of faith in the book. And, I want people to know this is really the serious part of the book, but there is so much more to the book. It's really a modern-day actual truth telling of The Notebook, Forrest Gump, and, somewhere along the lines of American Sniper with all the action I've seen, or Saving Private Ryan, in a way.
It's called Tough as They Come. It's by Travis Mills, his true story. It is incredibly inspiring. Now's the time to acquire this book, ladies and gentlemen. You can get it on Amazon.com. I have it on my social sites, Mark Levin Show Facebook, Mark Levin Show Twitter, any major bookstore. How old are you now?
I am 28.
You're 28 years old.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question? And that's
Absolutely.
this. Is there anything I or this vast audience can do for you? You've done so much for us. What can we do for you?
Well, I appreciate the time. I would encourage everybody to check out my website, travismills.org, because I do have a 501c3 where I have a property under massive construction, reconstruction, and we try and we host families in my situation that are not wounded anymore, because I'm not wounded. I'm just recalibrated warrior, if anything. I used to have wounds. I have scars now. They're pretty awesome. And I got to tell all the ladies I'm married because they just want to see them. But to be honest with you, I have the 501c3 going right now, and we're under massive reconstruction.
What is that again? We'll post that up there. What is it?
TravisMills.org, and it's the Travis Mills Foundation. I bring up men and women in my situation and their families and show them how to do things adaptively, create a safe environment for them to try and succeed at doing things with their families. I don't live life on the sidelines. I skydive, I snowboard, I do a bunch of things. Downhill mountain biking, down mountains in Colorado and things like that. So I want to encourage men and women in my situation, whether military or not, to keep pushing and keep going in life and never give up and never quit. That's what I go around speaking throughout the nation. And I just got back from a really awesome stint. I was at the Reagan Library, Nixon Library, Microsoft. Yesterday I was at Chelsea Piers in New York City, actually. All my information is at travismills.org, and I want people to know I don't go in and tell the audience, do you think you have problems? Oh, so sorry. It's
all right. What kind of dog do you have? You have two of them.
I do. I got a yellow lab and a Havanese, and they're looking outside at their shadows, and I didn't know that they were going to do this.
Well, I don't care. I love dogs. I'm going to tell you something. You're the most remarkable person I've ever spoken to. and I've talked to a lot of people, but you take the cake. You are a truly remarkable human being. And I want people to go support TravisMills.org, folks. It's the holiday season. You hear the man. You hear what he's up to. TravisMills.org. His book is inspirational, tough as they come. And if you ever want anything or need anything, you tell Mr. Producer, my producer. He'll leave his number with you. Okay, Travis?
Hey, yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I really enjoy your show. I didn't say it in the beginning, but have a great evening and happy holidays. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
And God bless you. And you too, and thank you for everything you've done. It's a remarkable young man. Oh, good Lord, I'm speechless.